My friends traumatized a burglar, but it was so funny we got away with it. It was my first winter break after moving to Minnesota for graduate school. I'd invited my 3 closest friends from undergrad to visit my cabin, a small inheritance from my grandfather that I was slowly renovating. The place was remote, about 30 minutes from the nearest town, which made it perfect for our annual tradition of board games, drinking, and catching up. The second night, a blizzard hit. We were playing Monopoly by the fireplace when the power went out. No big deal. We had candles, firewood, and enough alcohol to keep us warm. Around midnight, we decided to call it a night. I was almost asleep when I heard a faint scratching at my bedroom window. At first, I thought it was just tree branches, but then I saw a gloved hand trying to pry the window open. My heart nearly stopped. I grabbed my phone to call 911, but of course, no signal in the storm. I tiptoed to wake my friends, whispering that someone was breaking in. Jake, who'd done 3 tours in Afghanistan, immediately took charge. "We need to set a trap," he whispered. "The roads are definitely closed from the storm. Police won't make it for hours." We quickly formulated a plan. The cabin had a root cellar with a heavy trapdoor in the kitchen, originally used for storing vegetables, but now mostly empty. We decided to lure the intruder there. We positioned ourselves in the darkness, armed with whatever we could find: a baseball bat, a fire poker, a heavy flashlight. Then we deliberately made noise in the living room, as if we were all sleeping there, and left the kitchen unguarded. Sure enough, within minutes, we heard the back door quietly open. Through the crack in the pantry door, I could see a tall figure in black, carrying what looked like a crowbar. He moved toward the living room, but then spotted the open cellar door with a flashlight, strategically placed to illuminate what appeared to be a box of valuables at the bottom of the stairs. The burglar took the bait. As soon as he descended halfway down the cellar stairs, Jake slammed the trapdoor shut, and we all piled heavy furniture on top. We could hear muffled shouting and pounding from below. "What now?" I whispered. The original plan was just to trap him until morning when we could get help. That's when things took an unexpected turn. Sarah, usually the responsible one, grinned mischievously. "Let's have some fun with this apple." She grabbed a plastic Halloween skeleton from my holiday decoration box and tied a rope around its neck. Then she opened the trapdoor just a crack, enough to lower the skeleton down on the rope while Jake aimed the flashlight at it. The scream that came from below was unlike anything I'd ever heard. Pure terror. We quickly pulled the skeleton back up and closed the door, laughing uncontrollably. "Guys, that's so messed up," I said, but I was laughing too. Over the next few hours, we took turns psychologically tormenting our captive burglar. We played creepy music from my wind-up radio. We lowered different objects: a doll with its eyes scratched out, a jar of red-dyed water. We spoke in hushed, cultish tones about the sacrifice whenever we opened the trapdoor. By morning, when the storm had cleared enough for us to drive to town for help, the burglar was a psychological wreck. When the police finally arrived and opened the cellar, they found him huddled in a corner, mumbling about demons and begging not to be sacrificed. The officers were confused until we explained our Home Alone-style defense. They tried to maintain professionalism, but one younger cop had to step outside because he couldn't stop laughing. Turns out, our midnight visitor was wanted for breaking into remote cabins and stealing everything from electronics to family heirlooms. The burglar kept insisting we were part of some satanic cult, which only made the officers laugh harder. One even whispered to me, "Whatever you did, it worked better than jail time. This guy's gonna have nightmares for years." We never faced any consequences. In fact, the sheriff thanked us for catching a criminal they'd been after for months. Sometimes I feel a little guilty about what we did.